Sorry, let me just say, I think, like, in theory, let me preface this by saying, in theory, off the top of my head, I feel like um, 50/50 sounds good, but you can never know. Um, especially since they were making more. So we will see. Because this person also got ratioed, so maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe they're actually the asshole. We don't know. Let's see. You never know until you humiliate yourself in public. Before I could finish explaining my thought, she began to interrupt and argue with me. She got upset and walked away from the conversation, saying that as soon as our lease was up in 1 year, she would find somewhere else to live. At this point, I was shocked at how upset and angry she became. I ended up leaving the house for a bit with my husband to chat when I received a call from my parents. They explained that my sister called them, crying and yelling, saying that they needed to stay out of our business. Aww. Dude, Am I the Asshole is like straight up just Family Feud to subreddit, bro. This needs to be changed to Family Feud. That's really all it is. Like, it's not like, okay, we had one story today about a woman who was harassed by a busybody at Starbucks for drinking oat milk. Like, and then her being all like, I shit in good dookie. Like, literally, like this, every other story is like so melodramatic family business, which everyone's got skeletons in their closet, no doubt about it, but like, my goodness. Um, let's see. They explained she had the sentiment that she had been screwed over and that everyone was against her and taking my side. Sometimes I feel like when people complain about that they know deep down that they weren't really screwed over, because if you were actually screwed over and kind of scapegoated in a situation, you would like be like, oh shit, how do I leverage and get out of here and make out like a bandit and not like let everyone else know, right? It's like prisoner dilemma theory 101, game theory 101. But we'll see. Let's see. Reading this juicy story here. So, what good is the music if it can't soothe you?
Country boy, juicy.
I see you're eating a meal. You're eating quite a feast, and someone's gonna have to shit.
Well, Grandma ordered Pedrinos. And
Yeah.
so...
And Daddy ordered Chipotle.
But also good.
Yo,
So...
I was looking at r/Am I the Asshole last episode. Let me just clarify, guys, by the way, that last status I was reading, the person was a bit of an Ita, but I also agree with the second highest top comment about how basically it was like, well, the sister should have not reneged and whatever, but yeah. But ultimately the OP was kind of weird. Because it isn't super fair, because they should have split it third ways between all three of them, not half-half and not 80, I don't know, whatever. Which is actually what the daughter with the sister was trying to be on. Anyway, Smallzoodle, open up Am I the Asshole and read me some posts.
Alright.
Pretty please!
That's good, because I'm eating and I'm doing it! Alright. Are we... So we're recording for more Am I the Asshole? Okay. Open it! Okay.
Pop goes the zombie.
Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my kids that my mother-in-law hates me and that's why I'm not coming on the family trip?
First of all, I just want to say it's always about family shit. Let's read the story here.
Alright. So poo mode has been activated. I don't know what that means.
What?
If you look on the post, I'll send it to you for later. But if you look on the post, some of them have this thing called poo mode activated, which I guess means that the person who is the asshole is shit.
This
So,
is
let's
crazy.
see.
What the hell is happening? Alright.
All right, so we read
Poo-poo
the
mode.
title. So what do you think? What are your first impressions? Your first thoughts?
Am I the asshole for telling my kids that my mother-in-law hates me and that's why I'm not coming on our family trip? So that to
And
me
family
sounds very
trip-
neutral initially. I don't really think it's like good or bad. I don't understand how, like, unless they think that like maybe like, because if it's like, because to them, I guess to the kids, it would be grandma-in-law or something, or grandma. I don't
It
know.
would be grandma.
So I imagine there could be something going on, like, well, the grandma, you know, being how grandparents often are with grandchildren, they tend to be very doting and all this stuff. And so then maybe like they feel like the dad is driving a wedge between the grandma and the grandkids by saying that. But it sounds initially kind of neutral to me.
So, the wife.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, liberal?
It sounds like the wife. It's about the wife, because usually mother-in-laws hate the mom but love the kid.
All right, then let's hear the story.
Okay, so my husband, 33, and I, 31, have two 8-year-old twin boys.
All right.
We both work full time, and my husband makes a little more than me, but just a little.
Just a little.
Probably like 1,000. Probably like 1,000. There's probably like a very small difference, and that's why. But I assume it's important if she mentions it. We make enough to be financially secure. We can afford all the necessities and rent a 2-bedroom apartment. But we have never traveled aside from weekend road trips, and probably won't be able to in the foreseeable future.
Okay.
My husband's family is quite well off. A few weeks ago, my mother-in-law called my husband and asked if he wanted to bring our kids to go on a trip with her. She apparently wanted to spend time with her family. Her family, though, doesn't include me. Doesn't it always fucking always do that? Yeah. Feel you there, sister. Partly because I'm not religious. My husband is, but he respects my lack of belief. And also because she just doesn't like me. My husband knows this and has never... Okay, so where do you want me to read back off?
No, just keep reading.
Oh, okay. My husband knows this and has never forced me to interact with her, but he still talks to her occasionally. Anyway, he told me that my mother-in-law had offered to pay for him and the boys to go on a 2-week trip with her around Thanksgiving time. Oh, that's so deliberate. Oh my god. Thanks. Black people like me. Oh my. Okay. I'm not invited. She said I'm not really her family, so she doesn't want to pay for me to. This is what she said, word for word, according to my husband. Because, you know, apparently she's not her kid's family either, you know. I guess they don't want to, you know. Like, come on, that is the mother of your grandchildren.
So is it like a religious thing? Because
Like-
she brought up the religion.
I think it's I think the religious thing is an excuse for their mother-in-law to say it. You know? Like, oh, well, she's not religious, and I don't like that. But I think
She's not a Christian!
I think it also has to do with the fact that, like, as she mentioned, she was like, I just want to do it with my family. Just family. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, why are you like this? So I think there's more to it. She's just talking about this specific thing. This is what she said word for word, according to my husband. She knows that we cannot afford for me to pay to come on this luxury trip. She can afford it pretty easily herself. I was pretty sad about this because I'd love a break too. But I understand that the kids will love this, so I said of course that they should go. I tried to be cheerful about it, but my husband understood I was upset. He asked my mother-in-law specifically to please invite me too so that we can have a proper family trip. Okay, so I'm liking the husband so far. He's been very good this entire story. Because you know other husbands would be like, you should be okay with my mom treating you like shit.
Yeah.
What the shit? I like how he's like, okay, this is a little bit, this is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what she said. Um, so please invite me too so that we can have a proper family trip. She reiterated that I might be his family, but I'm not her family. But she is, though, because she's the mother of your grandchildren. How is she not your family? That's weird. Like, if you only see family based on blood, then his dad is not her family. You know, but I assume she would say that's different. I told him not to push it because I want my kids to have a good time without my husband and MLL fighting during the trip. But I've been feeling pretty angry about the whole thing. So yesterday when my son asked me why I wasn't more excited about the trip, I told him I wasn't coming because his grandma hates me. And I said this in a bitter tone. They were pretty upset to hear about this. I mean, I would have said it, I'm gonna be honest, I would have said why.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have been like, your grandma hates me. I'd be like, your grandma, I told them truthfully, your grandma doesn't see me as her family, and that's fine. I have some reservations, but I'm not gonna drag you into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You have
thinking. Like,
fun
do they feel like that the mother's dragging the kids into it, or trying to drive a wedge between the grandkids and the grandmother?
I don't think so. I'm just saying personally on how I would tell the kids. Like, I'd be like, hey.
Yeah.
So,
well,
your grandma
what's the
has
top
about
comment?
it. Well, there's a little bit more after this. They were upset to hear this. Later on, my husband told me I was an asshole for dumping my feelings onto the kids and making them feel guilty about looking forward to the trip. I'm gonna be honest though, like, he said I'm ruining it for them and ruining their relationship with his mom.
That's literally what I said. Yeah. Like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing though is he was good up until this point. Like, she shouldn't have dumped it. But I also don't think I'm also gonna be like, if the kids ask, I'd be like, hey, your grandma doesn't like me. I won't be like,